Good afternoon, Year 11. Firstly, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you again for the start you've made this year. I feel I've thanked you many a times over the last couple of months since September, but I genuinely mean it. You're a fantastic year group and you've really shown your worth over the last couple of days already. Secondly, I'd like you to know that I sympathise with your situation and I genuinely share your frustration with the U-turn that has been announced. It is an extremely difficult situation. However, I do feel that the ambiguity is now gone. We know what to expect, we know what's happening, and we can put a fantastic plan in place to make sure you're exactly where you need to be as we get to the summer. So what do we now know? We now know that after Gavin Williamson's announcement this week, that exams for Year 11 and Year 13 are cancelled. Summer grades will be teacher assessed as they were last summer, but yet we wait further guidance from the exam boards is exactly how that process will work. So moving forward, you will receive your mock results from your teachers in your lessons over the coming weeks. There will not be a mock results assembly as there have been in previous years, but you'll receive them individually from your teachers. Feedback will be given during lesson time. Now obviously it's disappointing you won't have your papers in front of you to look through, but we will give them back to you when you're back into school. But please do focus in those lessons to make sure you get as much feedback as you possibly can. We will be learning remotely until at least February half term, but who knows after that. At the moment, your second week of mocks will commence the week of the 1st of March 2021. An assessment will be ongoing. But what do I mean by that? Basically, business as usual. I see this as a really positive position to be in. You've got multiple opportunities to prove your worth. Other year groups have one exam to show off what they know and what they can do. You've got such a wider scope to do this now. You've got the rest of the year to provide us with the evidence we need to give you a grade that we truly believe you're capable of achieving. To be blunt, there's nowhere to hide now. It's in your hands to show us what you're made of. And to reiterate the message I gave you in November, your mock results are not the be-all and end-all. You'll have numerous opportunities to show us your potential in the coming weeks. Control what you can control. Your own effort, your own drive, your reactions to this crazy situation we're in. Do not be negatively influenced by what you cannot control. So let's focus on these mock results. What to do with this information? You're going to have mixed feelings about the results you get over the coming weeks. It's important to learn from them and see them as a way of improving. Don't necessarily focus on the grade. Focus on what you know and what you don't know. Only you know how hard you revised. Only you know how hard you worked. If you did the bare minimum or none at all, then you know that this is what you're capable of without working for it. If you worked hard and revised a lot but not get quite what you wanted to, don't feel down. Reflect on what may have gone wrong and what you need to change and what you need to do differently. Where we see the biggest leaps in improvement from January to May is in exam technique and approach to questions. Do not neglect this aspect of the course. Recognise which topics are your strengths and which you need your focus and attention on. That's what these mocks are for. As I said before, the results are not the be-all and end-all. There are so many ways that you can show your knowledge and show off what you can do. So what do we expect from you? What is my advice going to be to you to make sure when you open these exam results in the summer that you're happy and head off to Reading with a smile on your face? Hopefully, if Reading's going on, for your sake. So these are the things I'd like you to focus on. This is my Year 11 charter. You follow these 10 things and I'm certain you'll get the grades that you deserve. First of all, stay relaxed. Do anything that makes you happy. Exercise, play video games. I can't believe I said video games, that's how old I'm getting. See friends when we can. Spend time with your family. Okay? GCSEs are important, of course they are. However, life and your happiness is more important. Make sure you give it your all. I don't want to see you have any regrets when you look back and you open those exam results in the summer, or if I see you or bump into you in a few years' time. You need to work as hard as you possibly can for the next couple of months, and I promise you, you'll feel the benefits and you feel good about yourself when you get there. Simply turn up to all your lessons. Okay, there's no difference between being at home and being at school. You should be in your lessons, and that's how you're going to be able to prove yourself to your teachers. You need to be there, you need to be submitting your work, and you need to be focusing. Complete your home learning. Again, sounds simple, but as I've said, teachers need to collect evidence of what you're capable of doing, and one way they're going to be doing that is by marking your home learning and you showing off what you can do. Reflect and act upon feedback. Be sure you understand what you need to do to improve. And it's really important that this links to my next point as well, about asking questions. If a teacher writes a comment about how you need to get better, you need to act upon that and learn and improve. Don't look at it, and if you don't quite understand it, don't look at it and ignore it. You need to come to the teacher and ask. If you have any problems, if you're unsure, you need to ask questions of your teacher, maybe your parents, friends. You need to ask questions. Communicate more. And I've kept this particularly vague for a reason. Communicate with anyone. Talk to your friends, talk to your parents, brothers, sisters, talk to us as teachers. We're there for you. We're part of the same community. We're part of your family. Okay, talk to us if you have problems, if you have concerns, if you have worries, anxieties. Okay, talking makes you feel so much better. And I promise you it will set you up for this tough couple of months you've got in front of you. Avoid distractions. Initially, I had this focus just on phones because I know that's what distracts me. My recommendation is you don't have any electronic devices in your room when you're trying to work or when you're trying to sleep. It's really important to try and avoid those distractions and use that time wisely. Linking closely to my next one of managing your time well. If you sit down to do some home learning or revision, make sure that's time well spent. Don't every few minutes pick up your phone to text a friend or flick onto the internet or have the TV on. You need to manage your time. Working time is working time. When it comes around to your spare time and you want to go for a run or sit and have dinner with families or whatever it may be, you need to compartmentalise that time. That also links closely to revision. Don't spend time revising topics which you know well, but you're going to do them because it makes you feel good about yourself because you understand it. You need to look and reflect on the feedback from teachers. You need to reflect on your mock results, and you need to think about what topics do I need to focus on. And it's going to be more difficult. It's going to be hard, but that is how you improve. So I'd like you to manage your time well. And then finally, focus on the controllables. What things can you control? You control your effort, your drive, how hard you work, and how you respond to the situation you're in. Try not to focus on anything you cannot control. I know a lot of people had anxieties around what was going to happen this summer, and they found that difficult. That's all gone now. We know what's going to happen, and you need to focus on what it is you're going to do in this situation right now. The final thought I want to leave you with is this idea that it's not about what you want to be, it's about what you might want to be. Don't just think about what A-levels you know you'd like to do next year, or what college course you like, or what apprenticeship course. Think further ahead than that. I often talk to students about not closing doors on themselves. These next 5 or 6 months is the time to keep doors open for future you. Don't let future you resent past you for not doing all you can to gain the best GCSEs you possibly could achieve. I know it's a real cliche, but do not have any regrets. Please do not look back this summer or even further in the future and think, I wish I'd worked harder, because you only get to give that a go once right now. And you are in a unique situation with the opportunity to really prove your worth to the teachers. Thanks so much for listening. If you do have questions, as I've said, we're always here for you. And that's myself, it's your tutors, it's your heads of house. It can be any member of staff that teaches you. I said before my email, it could be Luke the caretaker. As a school, we're here for you.
Well, thank you for that, Mr. Ayres. And good afternoon, Year 11. A very, very happy new year to each of you. And I'm really, really sorry, though, that it's not the new year that you may have hoped that it would be. The hard work that you have put in since the beginning of Year 10, albeit interrupted, will not have been in vain. In fact, the efforts that you've put in to date will very much contribute to the final grade that you receive at the end of your GCSE studies. You have not and never will be defined by your exam performance. You will be defined by your character, by your attitude to learning, by your attitude to each other, and by the contribution that you will go on to make into the world at large. And I'm hugely grateful to all of you for the contributions that you have already made to the life of Guildford County School. So what will the rest of this year look like? There are still some uncertainties for all of us. These will become clear in the fullness of time, and you and your parents will be our first port of call when it comes to updating you about any new information. What can you expect from us? You can expect reassurance every single day. If you are concerned or worried about your studies or about anything at all, you need only get in contact with your tutor, your head of house, your assistant head of house, with Mr. Ayres, with me, with any member of staff at the school, and we will race to your support. You deserve that reassurance, and that is what we will provide. What do we expect from you? We expect you to carry on being you. Last night, Mr. Bond and myself wrote to all of you and your parents and carers, and that's all we asked. We ask that you continue to conduct yourselves in a way that will make not just us proud, but in the future will make you proud as well. So in that two-way treat of us working with and reassuring you, and you continuing to show the commitment that we've come to expect from each and every one of you, you will see success in the way that you had expected in the normally what would be exam period of this summer. Try to prove your worth. Show us what you're really capable of, and that will only be reflected in positivity over the coming weeks and coming months. We hope very much to be able to welcome you back to school after the February break. We look forward to seeing you virtually between now and then. Please take care of yourselves and of each other, and remember that we're only a phone call or an email away. With lots of love to you all. Bye-bye.